Facebook live on a couple things live. I'm trying this thing out for the first time on YouTube. And I want to say thank you. Thank you to everybody who has been a part of my journey over the last 20 plus years. Started out as a gun rights instructor, a gun rights activist, and it's been a really cool move using social media as social media has begun. Didn't know where it was going to take me. I didn't think I'd be doing it this long. I had a good time doing podcasting. I mean, I've been down here in the basement cranking it for 12 years now and trying to make sure that my show helps people, encourages you, gives you information. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not like everybody else, also not trying to blow your head up with crazy stuff, trying to be positive, informative, sometimes entertaining, depending on how it rolls, and doing it all thanks to you and your Patreon support. That's been a big part of this show. If you can continue, please do, because I got big plans for this show, and I can't do it on freeness. That's not even a word, freeness, but you know what I'm saying. Patreon.com/Black Man with a Gun is how you can support this podcast. We had over 19,000 downloads last month. Not sure what happened, but I'm glad it did. And if you've been listening for a while, please give me a shout out, give me a thumbs up, let other folks know what's up. I'm planning to do some instruction on this thing. I got a firearm nearby. Yeah, I do. Man, I got guns everywhere. I got to make sure I can get a better accountability system here. Hey, what I got in here? Okay. Got a Glock here. What's in this? Oh, yeah. Got all kind of stuff. I want to make sure that we start off everything from revolvers to semi-autos, that you get instruction, that you get the love and attention that you need. Here's a first gen Glock, believe it or not. This thing was actually belonged to DC Metropolitan Police, and they had 430 some accidental discharges, so they got rid of them. Yeah, they blamed it on the gun, actually, and it was not the gun, it was the instruction. So they put them on the market, and they sold them really, really cheap. And this was really great for me back in 1986. I never had that one pistol ever since. And it shoots, man, like a clock still. We're going to do more video as soon as I get a little bit more into it and find out what you want to hear, what you want to see. I do a lot of post editing on my podcast to make sure that the sound's right, that the everything's copacetic. So I don't really like to show you how the podcast is made, because it ain't that pretty to me. Ain't that interesting. But if you want to see me do it live, let me know. You can tell me in the comments here. I'll try my best to make it happen. All right. Just a little love. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting this channel. And remember, I could use your support at patreon.com/Black Man with a Gun. This is your friend and your brother from another mother, Ken Blanchard, just testing out the system. Never used this new streaming service before, so it's always a first time for everybody, right? Yeah. Yo, Key, how you doing, man? I'm new to this thing, so appreciate you. I would like to be able to see the BTS. You got me on that one. I'm not sure what you meant. What you meant? Gonna make me break out my glasses. Hot, I can see. All right. Tell you what, to be explain, man. Explain what you're talking about. What you want to see? This is wild. I'm especially since I'm going to change my studio. I'm going to move my room around here in a minute. I got to get another desk. I got a piece of real furniture that this computer's been sitting on. Oh, behind the scenes. Oh, man. Don't tell me that. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing, man? All right, if you want to see behind the scenes, how the sausage is made, it ain't all that great. So most of the times, I'm half asleep. Sometimes in my early times of doing the podcast, I had to wait until the house was empty. And that meant I had to stay up late. So I had to catch a couple cups of coffee, wait till the wife stops bumming around with the pots and the pans, because my wife is a perpetual cleaner. She got that, that robot that you can buy that you put on the ground and it just keeps vacuuming. That's my wife, almost in the same way. It's up in human form. She's nonstop. If she sits still for a couple of minutes, she just passes right out. And so she goes down for the night. And I used to come down here. And then my show used to be nice and mellow and quiet. And people say, oh, man, you're so soothing. I was ready to pass out. That was the reason it was so chill, because I was dead tired. It was probably like dark 30 when I was doing it. And that's the stuff. So, all right. I hear you, Brother Benna. We're going to make it happen. And again, this is just like my test case. I have just produced my son's podcast, warriorcast.com. And that was a labor of love, because it took me a couple of minutes to listen to his show, cut out a whole bunch of stuff that didn't need to be in there, and getting better actually at editing, but still not fast enough that I want to take on any more work. So then there's Speak Life Church podcast, which comes out every Sunday. That one is a labor of love for sure. And the Black Man with the Gun Show, which I'm talking about right here. And then we have El Segundo Edicto, which is our Spanish-speaking Second Amendment podcast. Coming a little slow, which probably is a good thing, because there's only one me. But I could actually do this full time if I was making enough money to sustain myself. The wife would let me alone if I was actually bringing in some cheese. It's all about the cheddar, baby. All about the cheddar. So back to that one piece again. If you would like to support the show and support me, your friend, Dan Brother from Another Mother, it would be greatly appreciated if you would consider contributing to patreon.com/Black Man with a Gun. Hey, Miss Avery, welcome as I scare myself and play with this computer. I got like you see them three little guys on the back over my shoulder? The story behind that is, if you didn't know, they are all the same little guy. It's a action figure of me about 20 years ago. I had a trainer, and I was pretty buff at the time. Shaved my head and made an action figure of myself. My son, again, was a little guy back then, and he had a whole bunch of action figures. I mean, his room was full of those things because we were buying them like fools. He loved anime. He loved all the action stuff. And I remember when I was a kid, G.I. Joe was the thing. So I got this thing made and then had about 10 of them made, actually, so that my son would have his own action figure of his dad. And then I would have to live up to that thing and be a decent guy. It kind of worked. I didn't go too far off target with that. And do I know Spanish? Yeah, a little. In editing other people's stuff, the dialect, and trying to get the syntax and all that stuff right, that's where I get screwed up. I'm not going to toot my own horn there, but I pick up languages pretty fast, and I have to be in it. Like my Portuguese is better than my Spanish. My Spanish is there. I was learning Tagalog when I lived in the Philippines for a short time. I can pretty much get through the Romance languages if I'm immersed in it for a second or two. So that's like my thing. communication. I mean, I always wanted to write a science fiction story and said that I was the son of Uhura, who was on the bridge, the communications officer who spoke 100 and some dialects or whatever, had a translator. That's like my thing. Just FYI, KB, just wanted to say that. Speaking of my book, I had a really cool book signing last night at the most craziest places you can name. I was actually at a cigar bar in McLean, Virginia, not too far from the CIA, and I got a chance to see some old friends and made some new ones. And I got a chance to drag a copy of my book out there, which this book is really about me and the gun rights movement mixed together. Believe it or not, there's some similarities over the last 50 years of gun rights in America. I've actually done some stuff. I actually put it in here, how it mixed together with my life. And then in the back of the book and throughout it, I'm talking about the gun rights as you know it, the people who have been affected, and some quotes, everything from the Heller decision, a lot of little facts that you might not know that I was involved in, that I was on the back of. It's in this book, and you can get it on Amazon. If you look for it, you'll find there's two. This is the revised edition. The first copy, I printed them out myself. I had them made and had like 5,000 copies sent to my house. There's probably about 100 copies left in the world. I got rid of a whole bunch of them when this one came out. This one's better, actually. Professionally edited and done, all that good stuff. So Skip, let me know what you think. And if you have one of these books, please, please, please leave me a review on Amazon. It will help me with my rankings. I just got a really good one from a guy named Chuck Klasik, and Chuck made me almost weep. That thing was so nice. People don't read like they used to, you know? So that kind of like changed my mind about writing other stuff. But I love to write. Again, communication is my thing. Even if you can't understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, I love to communicate. And that's what keeps me in front of this thing right here. If I think about this is my chance to talk to you, then that's why I'm doing it. I'm not even sure how you guys found out I'm on I'm on live. I didn't send out an invitation or nothing. Somebody help me out here. How in the world did you find out I was on this broadcast? I see there's 4 people here. What happened? This is new to me. I mean, really. Help a brother out. I thought, yeah, I'm going to try this new streaming service out. It's Saturday. It's nice weather. Folks will be, oh yeah, the audio book. Oh man, I got to get to work. Okay. I'm doing that this year. Okay. Thank you, Miss Skip. That's going to happen because I could do that. I got all the gear for that. I just need to be quiet and steady, and it's going to happen. So the audiobook will come out by Christmas. That's my promise to you right now. Oh, you got a notification? If you subscribe to YouTube? Oh man, technology. See, here's when you feel old, when stuff is actually happening for your good and you don't know why. You're just like surprised. I thought, okay, I'm gonna be here on a Saturday, and I'm gonna test this thing out and ask a few people, if you're not a subscriber, if you're not a supporter of the podcast, that you would do so. And I was gonna pop off in like 30 seconds and then go review it and go, okay, maybe I should have got my eyebrows tweezed or put some makeup on them or shaved or something, you know. But nah, you guys popping up here. I ain't gonna try to stay. I ain't got nothing to say other than support the show, please, please. Oh man, look at that technology. Someday I'll be all right. It's gonna be like right at the last minute. I'm gonna make it, and I'll be too old to care. So everybody hit the like button, and I'll be back. So you said you get notified. Wow. Oh, thanks. Appreciate that. Shoot, it's Skip. That's interesting. I'm just a dude trying to be a dude, being a dude. I was flipping through the book, and I hit Dick Heller's piece on the Second Amendment. I remember I'm like Forrest Gump on some stuff. I've been around and didn't even know what I was doing. I mean, I was helping people, and it was kind of a cool thing. Like I remember this guy from Chicago who they figured out would be a good plaintiff for the whole case against the Second Amendment there. And he was ready to back out, man. And I talked to him, and he says, okay, I'm going to do this. You pray for me, Rev? I said, yeah, I got you, man. And then that dude could blow up. I mean, the thing went all the way to the Supreme Court. There's been so much stuff that I just been there, not even sure what I was doing. And if I can help you, like say you decide to start something tomorrow and you need a hand or an ear, I'm here because I can start some stuff in a heartbeat. Can't keep it going, but I can start some stuff, and I keep you motivated. So thanks, Skip. I want to make sure you guys, my fans, my friends, my peeps are straight. And I care about that for real more than you know. I'm down here in the basement, and I don't even know where you're at all the way, but you're actually taking a few minutes of your time to say hi, and I appreciate that. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a good Sunday. Tomorrow is Palm Sunday, I do believe. They'll be passing out them little pieces of plant, and everybody will be sneezing, and the eyes will be running, and you won't even know why. You think it's because of the pollen. It's probably because them palm leaves have been sitting there fermenting, got some mold on it and stuff. And they're going to be taking them and waving them all in your face. Hey, take this thing. And you ain't been to church since I don't know when, so you're going to take one home, and you still sneezing and crying. It ain't the Holy Ghost. You got allergies, baby. That's just the whole thing of it. My man, Joe. Man, I got a favor to ask you, Joe. Believe it or not. I'm going to have to text you when I get off of here. Oh, yeah, but the last night's thing, book signing, and the drinking of the booze, I got some liquor from Boone's and Crockett Whiskey Company. They took the name of Theodore Roosevelt's conservatory or conservation organization and made 3 different whiskeys. There's like a light, medium, and heavy version of bourbon. And this was a tasting of it. So I like cracked open a bottle and passed that thing around. And folks were looking at me because I wasn't drinking it. And I'm like, hey, I'm just a dude. I don't know bourbon whiskey from colored tea. I just know it's liquor. So have at it and let me know. And there was this one guy there who was an expert whiskey guy. Man, was he a backside of a donkey. But he told me some stuff. And everybody except for him liked this liquor. So I finally had some, and it was like, woo! Open up your lungs, which in a cigar bar made me feel even more smoked out. But we had a good time. There was a Monte Cristo special there where the lady who was there had this rare set of Monte Cristos that had been like in a vault for years, and she was selling them. I actually didn't get one at all, but I sat next to him the whole day, looked at him, and it was good. As far as I go with supporting the Second Amendment. What do you mean by KB? What you talking about? Oh, okay. I try to educate people as much as I can, since a lot of people not aware. Oh, yeah. I got you. Yeah, so that was it for that. We had the sipping. I still got like about half a bottle. And what else? I actually took my bottle back home. and sold a few copies of the book. One guy tried to walk out with one rich dude. I mean, he came in there, said, "Oh yeah, I'll take one." I signed it, and he like headed for the door. I had to like kneecap him, get my book, get the cash back, but it turned out all right. Got one less fan probably, but he got my book. And what else happened last night? Talked to a guy I hadn't talked to in 16 years. That was pretty cool. And made a new friend who, because of Coleon Noir, heard about me. So he wanted to see me since I was in the area. It's like, okay, cool, man, cool. And that was my night. It was raining like cats and dogs, made for a long trip. But that's how it is here in the nation's capital. And we're up to 21 minutes, and I'm just flapping my gums. Oh, am I sure he was rich? Yeah, I am. I was like in a country club kind of setting. Just about everybody in there was either retired, wealthy, or had family money. It was in a pretty hot spot. And the way everybody kind of kowtowed to this guy, I think he was rich. Really do. He was a member of the Cigar Lounge. The owner vouched for him and apologized that he thought it was free. I mean, it was a big scene in all seriousness when I told him, "Hey, you got to pay for that, sucker." But it's all good. No horses were harmed in the making of this movie. All right, fellas and lady. Thank you very much for listening and hopefully supporting me on patreon.com/Black Man with a Gun. And this is my test video for this bad boy. Yeah. San Diego would be the bomb spot to live if the gun rights were a little bit better and the taxes were a little bit better. There's probably some other stuff too, right? All right. Until next time, we're going to have to schedule this thing. I'm going to figure out which, since you guys are here, 4 people on a Saturday, that might be my thing. I might have to come back 4 o'clock on a Saturday. We'll see what happens. All right. Until next time. Shalom, baby.